A day of chaos started here when the police turned up at an Israeli military base to make a series of arrests. Soldiers here accused of substantial abuse of a Palestinian detainee. The base called detained. The whole country should know. They're going to investigate me. They've taken my weapon, says this man. Detained has been used as a makeshift prison for men arrested in Gaza, with army reservists used as guards. And when 9 reservists were placed in custody, a large demonstration formed outside. Security broke down when a far-right MP breached the front gate. Part-time soldiers and protesters following behind. Some wore masks, others carried guns, and they scuffled with troops at the base. It took a police detachment several hours to re-establish control. Death to the Arabs, death to the Arabs, they shouted from the perimeter fence.
We won't let this disgrace continue. We won't let our fighters be haunted by reckless prosecutors.
When the accused were transported to a base 100 miles to the north, the protesters came with them, attempting to break into the courthouse, which forms part of the military's legal HQ. The soldiers in their way, accused of being traitors. The following day, the protesters were still there. The Israeli Defense Force now deploying a sizable detachment to protect their base. The hearing is taking place right now, and the allegations are serious. It's alleged these reservists raped a Palestinian detainee and caused life-threatening injuries. A civil rights group has told Sky News the case only came to light when this detainee was transferred to a civilian hospital. And they've told us it's not an isolated case. An identical complaint, they say, is now sitting with the Israeli prosecution service. The arrests have triggered a storm of protest in Israel, with cabinet ministers calling for their immediate release. And in the Knesset, or parliament, an MP from the government went further. The sexual abuse of a Hamas fighter is legitimate, he said. However, human rights groups say the government has built a system where anything can happen.
We have argued since the onset of the war that the legal framework that has been designed to hold detainees from Gaza is an equivalent of enforced disappearance. It means people are unaccounted for weeks and sometimes months.
What you're saying is that it's very difficult to know what's going on in places like this.
Exactly, and I think this is the intention. When you create ex-territories, Guantanamo-like detention facilities, everything can happen unaccounted for.
The IDF has called it a distraction as they plan an operation to strike at Hezbollah. But it's also a symbol of instability in Israel and the potential for cruelty at its prisons. John Sparks, Sky News, in Beit Lid.